Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this Uxbridge College Uniform Public Service Virtual Open Day. Thank you for joining us today. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we start. If you do have your microphone off, please can you make sure it is off, because we need to make sure that we can hear everybody. If for some reason it does turn on, just turn it off for us. If you do have any questions and you'd like to ask us, please put them in the chat. We do encourage lots of questions in the chat, and our curriculum team will answer them at the end of the session. Just to also make you aware, we are recording this session today, so you are able to view it afterwards and also pass it on to anybody that you want to share it with. I'm just going to play you a video this afternoon, a little bit about Uxbridge College and what we offer at the college. So here is our video. And just a reminder, if you do have your microphone on, please can you turn it off for us, just so there's no background noise. I'd like to welcome now our principal, Daryl, to welcome you to this virtual open day.
Hello everyone, my name is Daryl, and as Principal of Uxbridge College, I'm very pleased to be able to welcome you to this virtual open day session. I'm aware that lockdown has been a difficult time for everyone, and especially so if you've been trying to gain your qualifications this year. And if that is the case, I really do hope it's gone well for you. But now is the time to put next year's plans into action, and this virtual session should help you do exactly that. There are a range of career options open to you, and it's worth being aware that Uxbridge College offers some of the widest choice of academic, vocational and technical qualifications at various levels to suit your interests and abilities. The college has an excellent track record for success, with consistently high performance over more than a decade. Currently, we are the highest performing college in London for 16 to 19 learners, and this has been the case for the last 2 years. Moreover, our A-level and English and Maths progress scores are amongst the highest in the country. Our teaching staff are specialists in their areas and bring with them vital industry experience to ensure that learning is relevant and that our learners achieve well. In addition, we have a strong reputation for quality support for our learners, and again, to ensure that they succeed and progress, which they do. We've continually invested in our facilities to ensure these are fit for purpose and to industry standard, and created really excellent social and recreational facilities for our learners when they're not in lessons. Now, our staff are here to help you, and because we have such a wide range of choices, we will assist you in finding a suitable place at the college according to your qualifications and your abilities. But importantly, it'll be on a course that you are interested in and therefore have a best chance of succeeding in. I hope I've given you a little flavour of what's on offer at Uxbridge College, and should you wish to join us, I do encourage you to apply early to secure your place here at the college, and I very much look forward to meeting you and welcoming you in person in September. Thank you.
Thank you, Daryl, for that introduction. So welcome to the Uniform Public Services Virtual Open Day. And as Daryl rightly mentioned, we are the #1 college in London, which we're really proud about. And this is for the second year in a row for our 16 to 18-year-old achievement. And this was confirmed by the Department for Education in March 2020. So if you do come to Uxbridge College, you know you are coming to a really successful place of education. So why are we #1 in London? Well, we're #1 in London because our learners said we are. According to the FE Choices Survey, we are #1 for student satisfaction. And also we're #1 for achievement. So 99% of our substantial qualifications sees that our learners, when they come onto our courses, they achieve what they want to. And that they go on to great things such as higher education, the workplace, or even onto apprenticeships. So at Uxbridge College, we think about the whole learner, and we design our courses to prepare you for a fantastic future to help you progress. So we think about your main qualification, which you'll hear about later on in this session, but also we also think about your English and maths, your employment skills, and making you ready for the workplace. We want to encourage you to go onto a work experience placement or substantial industry placement. Thinking about your enrichment and things like work experience, guest speakers, trips and visits to enhance everything that you learn in the classroom. And also, which I'll mention later on, we have a real strong support network at the college to get you through sometimes some difficult periods, to make sure that we can get you to where you want to encourage you to work hard and to achieve your goals. At Uxbridge College, it's really important that we provide outstanding learning environments for our students, and we believe we do so. We provide fantastic industry standard facilities, and we have well-equipped classrooms, workshops, and specialist workspaces for you to have that in. As well as having those fantastic facilities and those environments for learning, we also have a really outstanding team of staff who have a wealth of industry experience to gain you the skills and knowledge you need to prepare for the workplace. And we're really proud about at Uxbridge College is that our staff have all worked in industry. So the people that you'll speak to today have all been in the jobs that you want to be in. We also know that going to college is something that students want to do so they can meet new friends and to socialize. And we want you to make the most of your college life outside of the classroom. And you can do that by taking part in fundraising, volunteering, and also student social events. We also think it's really important to get feedback from our learners, and you can do that from sharing your views to help shape the college life through our really active student union. And it's not just us who's saying this. We had a monitoring report visit from Ofsted in July 2019, who said that our teachers have high expectations for our learners, and we strive to help them learn. And when our learners do have problems that might impact their learning, we know our learners well enough to get them through. And what's really important and we're really proud of is that learners and apprentices are positive about their learning experiences at Uxbridge College. And most importantly, they enjoy coming to Uxbridge College. I'd now like to hand you over to the head of school for the department, Kai Barnes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Kai Barnes, Head of School for Sport, Travel and Public Services here at Uxbridge College. Just wanted to take the opportunity to introduce myself and just to say that, as it's already been mentioned, we know it's a difficult time, especially for Year 11 students who haven't had the opportunity to take their GCSEs. So what we would like to do is, if you've got any concerns at any stage, feel free to come and have a chat with us. Obviously, at the moment, you haven't had your exams, so usually you would know how well they've gone. So I understand that some people are a little bit in the dark and a little bit in limbo. So regardless of your results, we have a range of different courses across the different levels, as it's going to be explained to you shortly. So please do come in and have a chat with us. What I'd like to do now is hand you over to Colin Howe, our course team leader in public services, who is going to talk you through the curriculum that we offer.
Hello there, welcome today. My name is Colin Howe, and I'm going to take you through the Uniform Public Service course here at Uxbridge. Dave, can I ask you to jump 2 slides, please? Right, okay. Okay, the aim of the course, okay, is to academically and physically prepare you for the Uniform Public Services, along with increasing your chances for employment within those Uniform Public Services, okay, and along with that, explore further opportunities to develop you and those employment options. The public services that we're talking about are the police, the fire service, the emergency services, include also the ambulance service. We look at the prison service, border force, and on the armed services, the Army, the Royal Navy and the Royal Air Force. And then within those sort of career pathways, there are further employment options, which we call trades. Okay, and our aim is to sort of prepare you for those trades as well. You know, and along with that, the course is here to help you develop the opportunity for university. And as you'll see as the PowerPoint goes on, you know, we have a sort of a wealth of options available to our students, of which we've seen quite a few students now go on to. I'll just move on 2 slides. Okay, just for your reference, that's Kai Barnes, who's just introduced himself. The head of school for sport, travel and public services, which is our school area. And Michelle there is the section manager for travel and tourism, along with Uniform Public Services. Okay, a little bit more about the team. Well, within the team, there is myself, Colin Howe, Jackie Cadwell, Paul McConnell, and Lindsay James. Okay, all of which combined have 120 years experience working in the Uniform Public Services. Okay, a little bit more about myself. I am the course team leader for the course. Have 6 years experience with the British Army, Parachute Air Defence Troop. So that basically means I used to jump out of planes for a living. 10 years private security for high net worth clients, 3 years working for the Foreign and Commonwealth Office as a security advisor, currently doing a master's in counter-terrorism studies, 10 years experience as a mounted leader, and within my role I've travelled all over the world, Kosovo, Canada, United States, Israel, China, Mexico, Belarus, Serbia, UAE, Canada, etc. Claim to fame, running 146 kilometres non-stop in Cyprus. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I'm sure if you come on the course, you'll get to learn a lot more. I will hand you over to Jackie Cadwell now.
Hi, yeah, that is me. 20 years in the police service, various attachments, but probably my love really was working on the streets, doing beat coppering or whatever you want to call it, where everybody starts off, but some people choose to stay. So yes, I'm also studying. My travel is not as like Colin's. Mine is mainly around London, so 787 square miles is about my travelling for work. Yeah, that's it from me.
Okay, just going to introduce Paul McConnell now.
Good afternoon, everybody. Paul McConnell here. Very similar to Colin, I am ex-42 Commando Royal Marines, came out of the Royal Marines and went into the Metropolitan Police, where I specialised in anti-terrorism, murder squad and specialist operations. Well travelled, similar to Colin, bring a different perspective to the team. We've got an awful lot of experience, and looking forward to meeting some of you, hopefully in September, when you come and join us.
Okay, we'll hand over to Lindsay now.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just a bit about me then. Royal Military Police, served in the British Army as part of the Allied Command Europe Mobile Force, and then decided to go into Thames Valley Police and finished there as a Chief Inspector, managing firearms incidents and public order incidents. I've got a degree in criminology, and a bit like Colin and others there, travelled the world in relation to both the military and the police service. And that's me.
Okay, so what will you expect if you come on the course? Well, a variety of different teaching and assessment methods. The good news is there are no exams. So during the course, you will predominantly do coursework, which will come in the various forms: written work, role plays, research tasks, problem solving, presentations, teamwork, reviews, tabletop exercises. So the image there shows students planning, or well, not planning a major incident, but planning in response to a major incident, which is one of our units. Loads of discussions on a variety of topics, case studies, etc. Good news, no exams. So we have a variety of levels. There's the level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 1 is our sort of first sort of entry level. So it's a 1-year program. The entry requirements are 4 GCSEs. Grades should be at 2 or above. Our level 2 program, again, 1 year, is 4 GCSEs, grades at a 2 or a level 1 qualification. Okay, then we look at the level 3, so you've got the 60 credits and the 90 credits. Both are 2-year programs, so that's our higher course. The entry requirements for them, 4 times GCSEs at grades 4 or above, and the 90 credit is 4 times GCSEs at 5s or above, to include maths and English. Currently, from those courses, we've had last year 31% of our students have gone on to the uniformed public services to work, and about 36% went on to university on relevant studies. Okay, so on this is mostly directed at the level 3 programs. If you do the sort of 90 credit course, which is what you should be aiming for, you're going to do a BTEC level 3 extended diploma after the 2 years, which will give you a grade along the lines of pass, 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 merit, 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 or distinction, 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 which you can see in the left column. To sort of ease your minds for those that are thinking about A-levels or wish to look at a comparison, that you can see the A-level grades on the right-hand side. So if you was to achieve a pass, 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 that would be equivalent to an EEE grade at A-level. If you're looking at university, Liam, if you can just click for a second, you will see that you probably need to be sort of hitting the 96 or 94 to about 112 UCAS points to be eligible for most university courses. So if you're going to come on this course, as fun as it is, you need to focus on your studies and work hard to sort of achieve those grades. Okay, so I'm going to flash through a load of our sort of general topics. So the first one here is government policies. So this is where we look at Parliament, how laws are made, etc. And as part of that subject, we actually do a visit down to Parliament. Okay, land navigation by map and compass is one of our sort of practical units. So students do a variety of expeditions to the New Forest, Brecon Beacons. You can see in the bottom left picture our students sort of climbing up Pen y Fan, which is the highest mountain in South Wales. and there you'll learn a variety of skills working within teams and being able to navigate, which are key sort of skills to have in any public service. Leadership and teamwork, a little bit of psychology on this topic. Again, you know, we sort of strive to get students working together because that is a fundamental skill for employment within any of the public services. International institutions and human rights, one of my favourite topics, along with the next one. Here we sort of debate and have discussions on human rights breaches around the world. We look at organisations that might be dealing with those human rights issues, and you know how our public services might work with them. Impact of war, conflict and terrorism. You know, it's no practical visits on this one, but very subtopical, a lot of debate. It's a second year topic, normally one of the favourite topics on the course. Okay, big part of the course includes fitness. So in order for you to get into most uniform public services, you have to have a level of fitness to be able to get in, and this requires you know, you as part of the course to take part in these activities, which we sort of lay out for you. You can see our students in the bottom left there going through an army fitness assessment. Equally, you can see us diversifying those assessments by running something with the fire and rescue service and doing their sort of assessments as well. But our sort of goal, we're not after superhuman people coming on the course, but we are certainly after preparing you for your chosen public service, and that means working on those fitness elements. Already mentioned this one, planning and management of major incident. It's a part practical unit, so we sort of create a mock-up of a major incident and then run you through what we call a tabletop exercise, which is where we sort of map out on a big sort of board what might be going on in the local area and how different public services will respond and work together. Again, another practical unit, again, one of the more sort of fun ones, security procedures. So as part of the assessments for this, we actually get you running your own sort of security checks on people, property and premises. And this is where, you know, you may sort of set up an airport scenario or a vehicle checkpoint and run those sort of security checks. We're quite lucky at the college, we have a security arch, which you can see in the image there. And, you know, it becomes a very sort of fun, sort of practical lesson for the students. Okay, so that's just some of the subjects. As part of the Uniform Public Service course, as you'd expect, there normally comes a uniform with these types of courses. We are not, we don't go down the sort of rigid line where everybody's the same. What we try and do is diversify that a little bit. So you'll see the three colours there: maroon, green, and grey, and they represent the three teams, which you can see at the bottom: partisans, insurgents, resistance. The idea of this is to create the same sort of camaraderie that you have within the public services, where you find public services will sort of have that sort of inner competition and will compete against each other. As part of the uniform, you'll get 2 t-shirts, 3 polo shirts, and 1 hoodie. Okay, already talked about this. So some of the fitness assessments we do as part of the course is the British Army Fitness Assessment, Fire and Rescue, which we've mentioned, the bleep test for the police. We have our own sort of internal one, which we have designed to better prepare you for those assessments. You will see fitness swim test assessment at the bottom there. That's not, you do not need to be able to swim on the course. But if you do, you will be sort of put through a swim assessment as well. As Liam's mentioned earlier, there's the opportunity to get involved in volunteering and work experience. Some of the activities that students have previously been involved in includes Remembrance Day, Good Deeds Day, volunteering at college events. So if you've been to any of our open days, you'll often see our public service students there, going down to the Royal Hospital, Chelsea, and we also set aside work experience weeks. Along with the uniform and what that sort of offers the course, we also have public service challenges. These are opportunities for the students to practice some of their teamwork and leadership, maybe work on their map and navigation sort of skills. It's a chance to have a little bit of fun around what you're learning. It's also a chance in a practical setting to develop the skills and qualities required of the uniformed public services. So we host a load of challenges during the year. There's normally sort of 1 or 2 every term that we organise. You compete in your teams, so you can see the green team there setting up the gun run. We also run things like the Moscow Mule, the Rio Grande River Run, and as part of the course we often go paintballing as well and compete for the coveted hammer, which will make sense if you come on the course. A lot of career visits as part of the course. You can see here our students outside the Avon Fire and Rescue Service near Bristol. We actually visited there to look at a urban search and rescue team. We do a variety of visits to the Royal Air Force, the Royal Navy, the British Army. Paul, who spoke earlier, takes students down to Lympstone, where they spend a week with the Royal Marines. That's a very challenging week for them. Army intelligence talks, police counter-terrorism talks. You know, these are just some of the things that we get involved in. Just while we've been in lockdown, we've actually had 5 guest speakers come and speak to our students as well, from the Army, the Royal Marines, the Navy, you know, and the police force as well. And you know, that is something we strive to sort of keep going and sort of stay on top of. There is no guarantees with these things. Public services are very busy in their work, but we try and get as much as we can, and you know, and try and explore public services that you may be interested in. Okay, other visits: Parliament, Fire Service College, university visits, Defence School of Policing and Guarding near Portsmouth, and during the Brecon trip we also do a short visit to the Mountain Search and Rescue Centre. Enrichment, again, some of these things we've already covered, and trips as part of the course. We do have a day paintballing, which is normally just before Easter. We pop off to the Brecon Beacons, which is a residential trip for 3 nights, and we go walking around the Brecon Beacons. In the sort of early sort of part of the course, we do an induction trip to Blacklands Farm. This is an activities week where students will do anything from shooting, abseiling, kayaking, canoeing, high ropes, tunnelling, etc. Level 1s, level 2s repeat that towards the end of the year at Viney Hill, and early in the year we also pop off to the New Forest to do some sort of basic navigation skills in preparation for the Brecon Beacons. Okay, the type of work progression opportunities that we've seen students go on to or are currently in the process of applying for include the British Army, the Royal Navy, Metropolitan Police, Royal Air Force, Border Force, British Airborne Forces, and the Fire and Rescue Service. You can see some of the trades and roles there that our students have gone on to. So one of our students now is serving with the Metropolitan Police, the RAF Regiment. We've got a student that's going through the motions of becoming a PTI with the Royal Air Force with the hopes to become a parachute jump instructor. A young lad, James, is currently going through or at the end of his basic training in the British Army with the hopes to join the Coldstream or the Grenadier Guards. So that's just some of the opportunities that we have. And for those that are interested in the fire service, we had 2 students last year gain a full-time role and an apprenticeship role within the fire and rescue service. University progression, this is something we've strongly worked on to sort of develop. Normally a lot of students, certainly with the policing sort of ideas in their head, tend to look at university and go, I want to do criminology or policing. We try and sort of stretch that a little bit more. So for example, one of our students this year is off to do cybersecurity at West Thames University with a hope to join the National Crime Agency. We had a student last year that's doing a distance learning HNC in terrorism studies, and you can see a variety of stuff there. 2 of our students are off to Portsmouth to do international development diplomacy, and then you've got international disaster relief there. So just some of the stuff that you might do, even law as well. So if you're looking at the sort of the policing avenues, don't get too tied on policing and criminology. You know, there are a variety of different subjects that you can do at university that this course will prepare you for, and some of our topics will cover in preparation. And the idea of us sort of stretching your progression, i.e. university, is to make you sort of stand out when you go for your sort of police interviews or whatever jobs you might be doing. So you sort of stand out from the rest. If most people that join the police are doing policing and criminology, that doesn't help you stand out really. So we try and stretch that a little bit more. Okay, and that's the end of the public service presentation. I'll hand back over to Liam. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Colin, for that presentation on the uniform public services. And just to say, if you want to ask some questions, please put them in the chat because we can direct it to the curriculum staff at the end of the session. Just wanted to end this session by talking about the support we offer here at Uxbridge College. We have a really fantastic support package for you if you wanted to join the college. Firstly, we have an excellent careers advice and progression team in the information advice and guidance area. So if learners are looking to go on to university, looking for part-time work, or looking to fill in UCAS applications, the careers team will be able to support you with that. If you're a learner who has special educational needs or requires extra support in the class, please do contact us because we can put you in touch with our learning support team who can provide you with the real vital support at college to get you through the curriculum. So there is no barrier to learning. Also, we have personal and welfare support. We have a real dedicated team at the college, both at our Uxbridge and Hayes campus, to support you with any issues that you may have. And we also have our financial support team to support you with bursaries, just in case you want to access those. And you can find more information about that when you join the college in September. We also have the academic support team based on our really outstanding library centres, which are there for you to support with study skills and for anything you need to do with your course. So obviously in these unique times, how can you apply? Well, we're not open right now, but you can apply online. It's the quickest and easiest way for you to apply for our courses. All you need to do is go onto our website. As I said, it's the quickest and easiest way, and select your course and click on the orange apply button. Once you've done that, you'll be creating yourself an application account, which then allows you to fill out your details, and then you can keep logging in as many times as you like to view your details and update your information. Don't worry, this form doesn't take too long, and once you've submitted the form, we will contact you to explain the next steps of your application. If you would prefer to download your application form, you can do, and you can post or email it back to us if you wish. So we've heard lots and lots of information in this talk today, but if you do prefer to get some more information from us, then please do not hesitate to contact us. You can do that through a number of ways. You can call us on 01895 85 3333, or you can email the college at inquiries@uxbridgecollege.ac.uk. You can also find out more information about the college at www.uxbridgecollege.ac.uk. But also you can go onto our social media pages, and I also know we have a dedicated Facebook page for the Uniformed Public Services. I'm just going to check the chat to see if we've had some questions. So I'm going to ask Colin to answer this question. Colin, we've got a question here. How many years would it take to study after doing GCSE levels to be in the Metropolitan Police?
Ideally, you need to be on the 2-year level 3 course, so that's the 60 or 90 credits. We did have a student last year that actually had joined the Met Police before actually finishing the course. That was sort of quite exceptional. But if, in theory, you can go straight in from this course onto an apprenticeship where you will be working in the police, but there are sort of various other packages that you can sort of get in now. It's quite varied and quite difficult to understand because there's part-time options as well. But in theory, you can go straight in after this course.
Thank you, Colin. And if you have got any other questions, do please put them in the chat. We'd like to thank you for attending this virtual open day today. And as I said, here are some options you can contact us on. Thank you for your time, and we wish you all the best of health and safety during these unique times. Thank you for attending today. I will now stop recording.